guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be reading some incel posts from Reddit, specifically from r/inceltears. So the exact incel definition compared to on Google, okay, it is involuntary celibate man, typically, who desire sexual activity but are unable to find partners. It often denotes a misogynistic ideology that blames women for their lack of romantic success and is associated with extreme resentment, misogyny, and in some cases violent action. It says peak incel logic. Women make these hateful posts towards men and expect people to feel empathy when a woman is killed or armored. There is like a really big thing of like women just mass hating all men. I don't think that's right either, and most normal people don't, you know. There's a thing, you know, there's people that have like sane functioning brains and there's people that have dumpster fire brain, okay? Both woman or man, doesn't matter which one you are. You know, there's gonna be people that have that weird way of thinking that's just hateful. Typically stay away from those people. Typically don't care what those people have to say or think, because most of it is just stemming from hate or like emotional trauma. Unholy Purge. In 6 months I shall return from the shadows deep beneath the mines of Moria, and if our sacred community is infested with the impure commoners and vile witches, I shall purge the whole realm. All battle wizards and creatures stay vigilant. Hail something, hail Merlin. And then they replied back to it, either we reach greatness or we reach nothing. Long live the wizard Mahadin of Inceltopia. Okay, he's a little delusional. A little bit of La La Land. Hey, that's okay. Yeah, keep repeating that same bullshit. Voting for politicians that start a war makes you responsible. You just don't make any sense. I mean, it figures since you don't want equality. That is why you justify double standards with idiotic reasons. No, it doesn't. Because the actual decision to go to war is never put to a public vote. Not sure why I didn't register the first time. Okay, so men shouldn't fight either since it's not put to a public vote. They have no responsibility then, morally speaking. If women don't, then men don't. If men are forced, then women should be forced to fight alongside men. If not, they should be kidnapped like the men are and forced to have kids. You have to do one or the other. They have no duty to do anything since they can just leave the country. How's that fair? Just because women have a biological role that they may not even use doesn't justify them not being in wars. They have to provide some value like the men are, which would be more fair. They get off the draft for having kids. If they don't want kids, then they get sent off to the front like the men. So we should be forced to have children? Okay, Handmaids Tail. That's literally what happens in that. Okay, women are forced to have children for these elite men. And we're seeing this, like, I saw this story. I'll try to put up a screenshot if I can find it, and you can pause to read it. There was this woman who was pretty much, you know, dead, but they kept her body alive because she had a baby inside of her. So, like, the mom was completely, like, in a coma type of thing, but, like, pronounced medically deceased because she wasn't doing anything for herself, and they kept her alive for the baby, which is just, I don't know, like, I remember hearing about that and it's like, oh my god. And it wasn't just like a little bit of time either, like it was like a long time. But also you have to think, like, what does that do to the child? Like, what happens to, like, I don't remember not if the child, editing me, I'll have to like insert a clip and find the news and figure out the baby was born, I thought it was healthy and all that stuff. Why are men seen as baby machines? Y'all have the same half part of it. We just carry it. These women who don't want to be sexualized are apparently horrible now. The fact that women go, hey, can you not take my clothes off with AI, and some men are going, yeah, well, you post pics so you were asking for it, about sums up why the male loneliness epidemic exists. Yeah, there was like a whole trend on X. I don't know if y'all saw this, but people were replying to people's tweets being like, hey Grok, put her in a see-through bikini, or hey Grok, put her in a bikini oiled up, like all kinds of crazy stuff. They did their best to try to delete all of the stuff, but like for a while it was doing that. If you look it up, like at Grok put this girl in a bikini, you probably see like all the comments and stuff still there, but the fact that the AI was doing that is so crazy. Void detected. You will be sufficient for breeding. R mode activated. Womp womp. I will enjoy blank you. Like Junko Void. Womp womp. Why do you keep saying womp womp? Like what a fucking weirdo, bro. That is so scary. You had S with Chad recently, okay? You woke up with blood from your period, and then Chad called you and told you he was coming, and then you told him you couldn't wait, and then Chad arrived at your house and you had sex nonstop for 2 hours in different gross positions. You and Chad had sex, barf. That's such a beautiful story. What kind of, that's like the weirdest shit, bro. What in the hell? Okay, so this lady's holding up a sign that says 50,000 plus women are killed by men every year. And then someone, I guess, is replying to the picture saying your place card should read 50,000 plus men are driven to insanity by women. No one can make you do anything if you cannot control your own emotional regulations. You probably need some help. You probably need some therapy, to be honest. It says, perspective, repent. The girl on the left, she's wearing like a skirt and a crop top, body count 200 plus, and then there's a Holy Bible pointing over to another girl. Body count 200 plus, Bible dress, used up whole with a Bible. Okay, so you just, yeah, again, you think all women just have 200 plus bodies. Nice. What would making that do for you though? Like, and I don't know, if you don't want someone with a high number, maybe you have that discussion, but like you can't expect a woman to not have a high number if you have a high number yourself. And like as long as that person is clean and tested regularly and is a responsible adult, what does it matter what their body count is? What does it seriously matter? It doesn't make any difference. It does. Women are made to have children pushed out of them down there. You're fucking, and this is very generous of me. Your 4 to 8 inch member is not going to loosen them up when we're made to have a 12-inch baby come out of us. Women would choose only 20% of the men who are not deformed, short, or ugly, and if they did, it's for the money. Do you know how many women are in a relationship with men that don't provide anything for them, and they stick with them forever, hoping they'll change or whatever, because they love them for them and not because they're money? Sure, there's some women that date for money, and you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. There's men out there that date for money. It's not a new thing, and it goes both ways. And there's actually probably more women in relationships with men that don't provide anything for them than women in relationships with men that provide everything for them, or just for the money, like you say. Here's another one. Perspective standards literally can't get any lower than this. Then it says, ideal girlfriend is a virgin, is not fat, knows how to cook, obeys, is virgin. So like it's very heavy that like we as women, we can't be anything sexual, nothing like that, even though like you, the person that made this, right, definitely probably isn't one. Unless you are, and that's why you're making a post like that. I don't know. I think that's all I can deal with this incel stuff, but I hope y'all liked the video. Make sure to give it a big thumbs up and check out my r/nice girls and r/nice guys video if you want to check out those. They will be linked down below as well. All right, bye. Have a great freaking day.